Undisputed. We are live from LA. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Guys, how we doing?
Good morning. Doing good.
You know, the NBA starts tonight. We got Lakers versus Clippers, so I decided it was time to break these out.
I was wondering about those.
Kaboom! How about that? These are the new Kawhis. These are the Jolly Ranchers. You like them, Shannon? Yeah.
You got to misgame yourself.
Jolly Ranchers. Look at this. I got Jolly Ranchers.
So let me get this straight. You go from Michael Jordan to Jolly Rancher.
I got Jordan socks on. You got to get a shot of these. I got the Jordan logo right here. So just in case, I covered the Jolly Ranchers with Jordan socks.
You ought to be embarrassed.
The Jolly Ranchers.
I think deep down inside you are.
I saw you walk in today, Skip, and I thought, I wonder about those. I am actually wearing my Jordan stay, so I've got you covered. Christmas is coming a few days early tonight with the return of the NBA, including the big Clippers-Lakers matchup, which we thought we were going to see in the Western Conference Finals just a few months back. And as always, we've got a ton of storylines to keep an eye on. LeBron's quest for back-to-back rings, the Clippers trying to right the ship under a new coach, KD's first year in Brooklyn, the ever-growing drama of where James Harden will end up playing, and guys, so much more. I'm going to jump right to it. Shannon, what is your finals matchup and who wins it all?
Well, I've kind of been going back and forth in the East.
Lakers, Clippers? Oh, in the East.
In the East. I'm going to start with the East first, since the sun rises in the East. It says in the West. I'm going to start with the East, Skip. I mean, watching KD, and I understand that the concerns that people have, Skip, because the Achilles injury is a very serious injury. Is it the more serious of the injuries of any professional athlete? But Kevin Durant is not a 250 pounds, 270 pound center. He's not a guy that relies on jumping ability. He's not a guy that relies on his quickness in order to get to where he needs to get to. So I think of all the people that's probably suffered this injury, the basketball players, the historically great players, I think he's probably the guy that's best equipped to deal with it because, as I said, Skip, he's not 250. He's not quick. He's quick, but he's not reliant on that aspect. He's not, Dominique Wilkins that relied on his jumping ability. So with that being said, I believe he'll pick right up where he left off. He will be the Kevin Durant that we've seen over the last 10, 12 years, and I don't think he'll miss a beat. When you look at this team, Skip, their second unit could really be a starting unit in the NBA. They come off the bench with LeVert, Jared Allen, and Taurean Prince. That's their second unit. So with that being said, I'm going to say I like the Eastern Conference Finals to be the Bucks and the Nets. And I'm going to say Brooklyn in 6. I'm going to give you, I think Giannis will get a couple more games than what he normally does. In the West, Skip, you have the really?
Well, the sun sets on the Lakers, right?
No, don't do that, Skip. Suns have gotten better, but I still think they're a piece away and maybe a year away. The Nuggets, the big question I have for the Nuggets is Michael Porter Jr. Did he have enough time to get into the weight room, and is he going to take it serious? And you got to understand, bro, every time something goes wrong, it's not your opportunity to go to Zoom and says, I need more opportunities. Golden State, Skip, I thought Golden State with Clay, but I never really saw them as a viable option to the top 1 or 2 seeds. And so now that brings me down to Portland. I think Portland's going to be okay. But do I think Portland's ready to take that next step and get to the Western Conference Finals? I don't believe they are. So I'm going to go back to the 2 that we thought would be there last year. I'm going to say the Lakers and the Clippers battle it out. And I'm going to say the Lakers win in 6 to meet the Brooklyn Nets in the NBA Finals because we want to get back. KD got 2 of them things from us. Okay. So we need our get back. So I got the Lakers.
Got the Lakers again.
Yep.
Okay. I'm shocked by your prediction. I'm actually, truly, honestly, authentically shocked that you did pick the Nets on the other side.
Yeah.
That means that you are actually displaying your hidden respect for one Kevin Durant, who is the best player on the planet.
You know, Skip, I've always had respect for Kevin Durant. I mean, just because I picked him, that doesn't mean I believe he's the best player on the planet. When you look at what they have, I don't know if anybody else have that kind of depth that can match him. Philly has, we're going to see what Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid's going to be with Tobias Harris. But do they have the depth? And that's what Golden State, Skip, that's how Golden State beat people so many years. Their second unit, if they had a lead, the second unit expanded the lead. If they were behind, the second unit cut into the lead, and when the starters got back, they were either tied or in front. The Nets have that same type of firepower.
Okay. I buy into your Nets pick, even though I have some reservation about a new coach who's never coached one dribble in the NBA named Steve Nash trying to deal with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and a bunch of players who were there last year say, what about us? Are we chopped liver?
Well, the second guy you mentioned, I think he'll be just fine. It's the first guy that you mentioned.
Well, obviously, and yet I believe they will figure it out because I watched Kevin Durant last Friday night, and I was in awe of what I saw. I get that it was just the final preseason game. He was dominant. He was omnipotent. He just took the whole game over, played 27 minutes, scored 25 points on 9 of 16 shots, made a couple of threes, blocked 3 shots. I think you're going to see him on the defensive end rise and shine. And that team is loaded top to bottom. They're trying to turn Karis LeVert into their Manu Ginobili coming in with the second unit, or if we can go more current with make him their Lou Williams coming in and just lighting people up. Yeah, and it's got potential.
Yes, because he's got a 50-point game, and we saw what he did in the bubble.
Okay, so I am on record. Nets will win the East, and Kevin Durant will win the MVP.
Easily? You win the East easily?
Well, not easily, because there are a lot of good teams. The Sixers are going to be fascinating. I just don't think they're quite there yet with their first-year coach and Doc.
You have little to no respect for Giannis and
I have little to none, and I'm not factoring them into this. And I think it's going to come down to Nets versus Philly.
In the Eastern Conference Finals, okay.
Now, the sun sets in the West on the Lakers. And now for my Western Conference prediction, I have a huge question just to ask the walls here because I know I won't get an answer from you. This is rhetorical because this is blowing my mind. It is confounding me. It is perplexing me. It is frustrating me to try to figure out what happened to my Clippers because just a few months back, they went into the bubble playoffs favored to win it all.
Right.
And they got up to the Denver series, and they flexed their dominance against Denver because they went up 3 games to 1.
They did.
Then, obviously, they had 3 straight closeout games, and they're up 15, flexing their dominance. They're up 19 in the second closeout, flex, and 12 in the third one. Kind of a little flex.
Yes.
Didn't close one of the deals.
No.
And all of a sudden, they are chopped liver. They are garbage. They are trash. They are old news. They are last year's story. And somehow, they're in the dumpster. And I don't get it because...
None of them said in the dumpster, but, I mean, a lot of people got them picked the second or third. I mean, it's not like they got them like the 6th or the 7th season.
Okay, but where did they go wrong? Where did they fall? Is everybody just being prisoner of that moment? They collapsed. I give you that. They could not close. They did not have that point guard who could settle them, order them, figure it out for them to put them in position.
You don't need no point guard. You got Kawhi.
That's true.
You told me last year going into the season, Kawhi was the best player in the NBA.
Yep.
So you don't need a point guard. Michael Jordan didn't have a point guard. Kobe Bryant didn't have they just get a ball to those great guys and let them go work.
Well, maybe they needed to switch to the triangle, which was Michael Jordan's offense. And the new coach, Ty Lue, says, guess what? I have instituted and installed the triangle just for Kawhi Leonard's sake, so he can get those mid-range jump shots on which he made 48% last year. I'm talking about jumpers from outside the lane and inside the three-point line, right?
Yeah.
Those mid-range jump shots. Nobody shoots them better except Kevin Durant. It's Kevin Durant, my guy, Kawhi, and this side of Michael Jordan, nobody has shot them better than those two.
Well, first of all, Skip, this notion that it was the offense, the triangle, that made Kobe and Michael who they were. It could have been the triangle, the rectangle, the hexagon, or the circle. When you have a historically great generational talent, transcendent talent, they supersede whatever offense or defense you may put them in.
They both swore by the triangle, not at it, by it. And they said it put them in more positions to have quality shots than any other offense they were ever in.
Do you know the number? Did you remember the numbers that Michael averaged before he got into the triangle?
Sure. Do you know how many championships he won in the triangle?
That's what I'm saying, though, Skip. Okay, you can say that it helped him win championships, but to say it made him a great player is not true.
Okay, so I'm asking, how did we flip-flop somehow from Clippers-Lakers to Lakers-Clippers? The Clippers are tied for second in the Fox bet odds with Milwaukee. But what changed?
We won the championship, but y'all didn't.
How did you win the championship? What exactly did you prove? I asked the walls. What did you prove?
We proved that we were better than the Clippers. That's what we proved. We were the best team in the NBA. That's what we proved.
Think of the huge breaks LeBron got last year. It was so meant to be. The injury gods, the basketball gods said, let there be LeBron in the bubble. And what happened? He got an almost 5-month pandemic break to rest up, heal up, and get ready for a bubble run through the playoffs. And in the bubble, he got a huge break in year 17. You didn't have to fly. You barely had to drive. You could walk to the arena.
But listen to Dame talk. Dame says he believes that's why they also got some of those historic performances, is that it was so easy. Basically, everything was right there. The spread was right there. You ice and you go straight back to the hotel. There was no travel. And so it maybe have benefited some other people also.
Well,
you make it seem like the Lakers were the only one that were in the bubble.
I just know it didn't benefit the Clippers because of as my friend Jared Dudley said a couple of weeks back, those boys did not want to be in that bubble.
But Skip, that has nothing to do with us because you chose. Skip, you could have opted out. Kawhi and Paul George and all those guys didn't have to opt in. Other players.